It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis score. What a snap. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get the big win up in San Francisco. They win by a score of 8-0. They improve to 62-41 on the year, now just 2 games back of San Francisco in the NL West. And it was a big game for the Dodgers. They needed this one. If they lost tonight, they would fall to 4 games back. They cut that lead down to 2, and tomorrow they can take the 2 of 3 from the Giants and cut that deficit to 1 game. But it was a fantastic night for Walker Buehler. I'm telling you, he is that man. If you need a win, you call 1-800-WALKER effing Buehler. He's going to get you that dub pretty much each and every single time. And I had no doubt that birthday butane was going to get it done. We have so much to get into, so much to break down. We got the trade deadline to talk about. We got tonight's game to talk about. But I know you guys out there are feeling great because your boys in blue, they got it done. And you know how we get things kicked off. Let me know where you're rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Give me those cities, zip codes, area codes, and give me your player of the game because it was a great night. And it's pretty tough not to give it to Walker Buehler. But give me your player of the game, give me your takes of the game, and just let me know how you're feeling after that big Dodgers win. The offense erupted. 13 hits tonight. They had 13 hits combined over the last 2 games. 8 runs tonight. They had 5 runs combined over the last 3 games. So that was the big takeaway, was the awakening or the awakening. Like I said before the game, I kind of felt like this team would come in against DeSclafani. I'm not a big believer in DeSclafani. I feel like the Giants are going to show that guys like Gausman, who's been struggling in his last 2 starts, and then DeSclafani, I think they're going to need to make a big trade for a starting pitcher. They want to win this division. But you guys are lighting the comments section up, and let me know where you're repping Dodgers Nation from. Let's get in the mix here, guys. Thanks for rocking with us. Let's go Dodgers. Let's get this big win. Yo, D-Mac, what's good? Jay Cruz, Anthony Keene, Big Game Hunter Walker. What up, Anthony Keene? Trying to recruit me to a 49ers fan on Twitter? What's up with that? Just playing, man. I respect that. There we go. Daniel Lawrence. We got Buehler is our ace, no doubt. Goodyear, Arizona. Announce Max Scherzer, then Kimbrel and Bryant. So, Dark Saints, can we enjoy this win, or do you want to get right into the trade stuff? Because it was a big win for your boys in blue. They needed this one badly after last night, after all these tough losses against the Giants over the last week or so. Tonight was such a big win to go up there and take care of business. California, USA, Dodgers win. We got birthday boy Joe Correa, San Diego here. Go Dodgers from Ruben. We got Deborah Young, birthday butane player of the game. My man AJ honorable mention. Deborah Young, your boy AJ Pollock has been on fire, and you're going to get a lot of credit because he has been outstanding for the Dodgers. His OPS, it's got to be close to 140 at this point, getting up there. And he's just been so locked in. And he's a great player in July. We've seen that where he's had some of his best months in the course of his career. But he was just outstanding once again. He's getting the job done. And, you just really like to see his performance tonight. He was just really outstanding, was Mr. A.J. Pollock. And it was great to see Max Muncy have success again. It was great to see the rest of the Dodgers offense, who's still without Mookie Betts, still without Corey Seager, go up there and start putting up some serious runs. But A.J. Pollock, last 17 games, after that third hit, 25 for 61, hitting .410 with a 508 on-base percentage, slugging .770, an OPS of 1278 with 5 homers and 7 doubles. There's a lot of people out there that said, A.J. Pollock was one of the big L's for the Andrew Friedman tenure. And look, I mean, in the postseason, has he delivered? Not really. He was horrific in 2019. Last year, he did a little better. But hopefully he carries this on for the entire season and in the postseason, because the Dodgers, they definitely need a right-handed bat that can mash, and he has been really, really solid for this Dodger team, and he has just been hotter than the devil's armpit of late. My man, A.J. Pollock. Glendora from 91741 got the big eggplant. Brian, hey, this is a family show, okay? Come on. Oceanside from David Dalton, Las Vegas. We got the White Sox. We got True Blue in the 602. Joe Cray, you know I like those rhymes right there. We got David Luna, Walker Buehler, player of the game. Giants shouldn't have bothered showing up tonight. I like that, David. Let's just say, man, it's Walker Buehler's 27th birthday. He's the guy that's going to come in there, and he's going to find a way to win. And that's what really impresses me with Walker Buehler this season is the evolution of his game. You saw that on display tonight. Walker Buehler, a sensational night out there on the mound when the Dodgers needed the most. Where have I seen that before? I don't know. Maybe last year in the World Series. I don't know. Maybe last year in the NLCS. I don't know. Maybe last year in the NLDS. I don't know. Maybe in 2019 when he pitched well against the Nationals. I don't know. Maybe in 2018 World Series Game 3. How about Game 163? Oh, that's right. He's called Big Game Buehler for a reason. And you saw that when the lights are brightest, he is the guy that I want on the mound. There's no one in the game I'd rather have other than Walker Buehler. He was the ace of the staff this entire year. This is the only player, along with Mookie Betts and Corey Seager and a lot of these other Dodgers out there like Justin Turner. They're the core of this foundation, guys that have been through this, and it was great to see him go out there and just dominate. And tonight, Walker Buehler, he showed why he is the true ace of this staff. And he's going to carry this team in big moments, and he's a guy that you can just rely upon. And that's why, look, the Dodgers, let's get into this. My bad, I lost my comments there. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, Walker Buehler, 7 innings pitched tonight. He gives up no runs, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 98 pitches total, 70 for strikes, 17 for 25 on first pitch strikes. And if you look at those called strikes, if you look at the swinging strikes, 8 swinging strikes. So it wasn't like he was missing bats all night long. He was mixing it up. You saw him have success with that knuckle curve. You saw him throw the changeup a couple times. You saw him go to that cutter, and that is what Walker Buehler is these days. He's a guy that doesn't need to throw 97, 98, 99 on every pitch. He's a guy that can get it done in a variety of ways, and you're seeing that this guy is just he's just a fantastic pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the league. I don't think he gets enough credit, really, and this year you're seeing quality start after quality start. Like Joe Davis said, it took a no-hitter. It took a combined no-hitter from the Cubs to give him his loss this season. So, yeah, it was great to see Walker Buehler go out there and take care of business. And like I was saying, you saw that pitch mix tonight from Walker Buehler. Tonight, he ends up going 41% four-seam, 19% cutter, 19% knuckle curve, worked in that slider, 9% through 6 changeups and 5 sinkers. I mean, this guy, he's a pitching savant, and yeah, man, I trust Walker Buehler with my baseball life. Let's just put it like that. But here we go. We got Sid Bellinger, Sean Henderson. Look, Cody Bellinger, yes, his swing is not where it needs to be. He just needs to find a rhythm. He's a guy that has been going through it in the worst way. A really bad slump for Cody Bellinger. There's no question about it, but it was nice to see him get that home run there. Top of the 8th inning, a 1-0 count. Bellinger goes deep for his 5th home run of the year. That made it 8-0 Dodgers. And he's a guy that this team is not going to give up on. This team is, if you think that this team is going to send Cody Bellinger down to AAA, that's not happening. So you just can get that idea out of your mind, because this team will not send down Cody Bellinger down to AAA. And like I said, this is a guy that he didn't have a full offseason. Andrew Friedman was on Petros and Money, and he was talking about how he didn't get to do his standard weight training that he typically does in the offseason because of that shoulder bump, because that shoulder surgery that occurred, that was as a result of all the shoulder bumps, because he was hitting dingers and having big moments in the 2020 postseason. But, yeah, I mean, look, the Dodgers need to find a way to get him going. And, look, one home run, that's not going to get you out of a slump. Let's just be clear about that. But it was nice to see him get a big hug from Albert Pujols. And I'm telling you, those hugs from Pujols, those have healing powers. So I would not be surprised if he goes on a tear or he just starts to improve. And because of that Tio Albert hug. And, yeah, it was definitely nice to see. But, look, if you look at Cody Bellinger, last 4 games, 3 for 12. Of course, he came off the hamstring injury, and that game, he was really starting to really get it going. But yeah, they make no mistake about it. He's had his struggles this season. He's 9 for his last 82, hitting 110. So look, he has to get it going. It's been a tough year going off the IL, on the IL. He had the hairline fracture because of Raymond Gudwan cleating him. He had the hamstring. So let's see if he can just stay healthy for an extended period of time and start looking like Cody Bellinger. I think that's the most important thing. But Walker, Wynn, Buehler from Travis Harrison, San Bernardino. We got Pomona in the house. We got Nevada in the house from Bill Archer and Grumpy Forcing. We got Berkeley in the house. We got Max Durant. Doug finally freaking beat the Giants. My God, much needed. God, I hate the Giants. I felt that, Max Durant. You need a Let's Go Dodgers for that. Gregory Butane for MVP. Reppin' Dodgers Nation from H-Town. All right, Kevin Haynes, you're up there in enemy territory, representing the boys in blue. We got your back down here. Fernando Tatis Jr., y'all still suck. So Fernando Tatis Jr. is in the comments. We got a all-star. Hey, man, I know you said we still suck, but it is cool to have a big leaguer of Fernando Tatis' caliber. And it's going to be kind of funny when the San Diego Padres, they make all these moves and they get bounced in the wild card game or not make it, or at most get eliminated in the NLDS. Did you see Blake Snell, or should I say Blake Shelled today, because he looked terrible? What is ERA plus at like 76? That was a bust of a trade. And Yu Darvish, he has like an ERA over 7 the month of July. Hey, Padres, you better hope you get Max Scherzer, because you got rolled by the A's today. You had all this hype. There's going to be 9 games remaining between the Dodgers and the Padres. Hopefully we get it on. But, hey, Padres, you haven't won anything since 2006. You don't have the right to say anything. Go Dodgers from Hayward. Enjoy the win. Grinding from Michael Littlewood. How you doing, Michael Littlewood? Represent Ray Barcibian. I still predict the Dodgers and the Astros in the Fall Classic, with the Dodgers winning in 7. Hey, man, say you want about the Astros, if they add some pieces, they get some more pitching help. Let's say if they add a Kimbrel, or they find a way to get Scherzer, another starter, they're a team that's definitely, look, man, we hate the Trastros, make no mistake about it, but my job is to keep it real here, and the Astros are definitely a team that could contend for a World Series title. And I'll be on the record, that would be great for baseball to see the Dodgers and the Astros in the World Series. That would be ratings heaven, as my mom likes to say whenever there's a marquee matchup. That would be ratings heaven to see those two go at it in the Fall Classic. And you just gave me goosebumps, Ray Barcibian, thinking about that potential matchup. And man, that'd be some wild stuff, man. Good stuff from USA LA. Mike M. Hey, who are we gonna get? Mike, I was just gonna ask you the same thing. Abel, Walker, F. and Buehler. We got Go Dodgers from the Bay Area. You're in the Bay Area. We got some friends in the Bay Area. My man Anthony Keene's in the Bay. He's repping for us all day. Cole Hamels on the cheap. You want to see Cole Hamels? Yeah, let's break down this game a little bit, and then I know you want to talk trades. And if you're not subscribing to the Dodgers Nation, by the way, I want to thank you guys for the 30,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That was big, man. Appreciate you guys. Best fans in the game. Top 2, not 2. And we know you guys have been helping us make that channel. And be sure to subscribe. You can catch the flagship show with my man, Mr. Clint Pasillas and Brooks Smith, the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation. And also, my boy Eric Yulo brings the heat on 3 Up, 3 Down. And we're dropping videos all day, every day. I've been doing 2 videos pretty much a day, trying to get you guys all that trade rumor stuff that you like to see. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go over to youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. If you guys know what I mean. The real ones know what I mean. Price starts tomorrow, Deborah Young. Yep, he does. And Price, look, I think he went 5 2/3 his last outing. This is a guy that coming off a 4-inning performance. So this is a guy that is slowly building that innings count up. And David Price has quietly gotten into that starter's role very quickly here. And you got David Price for Johnny Cueto. What if I told you we had that matchup in 2013, 2014? You would think it'd be on national TV and ticket prices would be like, $1,000 or something, because those two are the best pitchers from the previous generation that are still getting down in 2021. But, man, can't wait for tomorrow. I love the early games, especially after a win. You can just take those two, cut that division deficit to 1. And, here we go. Buehler has evolved into a pitcher and is crazy underrated. Anthony Keene, your takes are always on point, my man, and you're just totally right about that. It's the evolution. You've heard me talk about this all year, Anthony Keene. And yes, is there a slight dip? I mean, the highest. I mean, what is his velo wise? Velo wise. His fastest pitch now was 96.6 miles per hour. So this is not a guy that is just going to rely on just pumping it at 97, 98 to just throw it by guys. And he said himself last year, he said, hey, man, I like to punch guys out. That's my thing. He was quoted saying that. But he just wants to get outs now, and he understands that that'll allow him to get easier ground ball outs. You go into that knuckle curve, going with that cutter, and you're seeing Walker Buehler have a lot of success. Not walking many guys. The curveball, the fastball combination is just he's just been really outstanding. And yes, there has been a little dip in velocity. Last year, he was averaging 96.8 miles per hour on the heater. This year, it's down to 95.4 miles per hour, and you're also seeing him throw it less. Last year, he was throwing that fastball 53.8% of the time. This year, 46.8% of the time. So, yes, you're right, Anthony Keene. The evolution is real with Walker Buehler. And what if I told you that, hey, a Walker Buehler with less velo was going to be a more effective and consistent Walker Buehler? You probably wouldn't have believed me, but trust me. Hey, trust me. My man Butane still keeps it. He still keeps that gas in the tank, if you know what I'm saying. And he's got enough. He's going to keep that gas in there. He doesn't want to go to the gas station until the postseason. Then he's going to fill up, and then he's going to unleash. And you're going to see him get some big punch-outs and big spots like you do every October. But let's get back into this comment section, guys. Like I said, thanks for rocking with us. After the Dodgers get the big win, 8-0 over the Giants, shutout San Francisco, and you just love to see it. There's not a better feeling. I know the Padres think that we care about them and they're our rivals. The way that their Preller's gonna abuse their farm system and sell their assets. It's gonna be just like Fernando Tatis Jr., an aging Manny Machado, and a bunch of pieces that aren't really going to be doing anything. And Fernando Tatis Jr. will probably demand a trade to Los Angeles, and he'll be a Dodger or something like that. So, look, they're not going to be our rivals for that much longer. Tatis, get out of here. Hey, man, no, it's nice to have Fernando Tatis Jr. in the comments. Honestly, having a big leaguer. Look, if he stays up late, he won't be fresh for tomorrow. Maybe they lose another game. The Dodgers widen their gap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually a fan of Fernando Tatis Jr. I think he's great for baseball. He's exciting. And I got no hate about Fernando Tatis Jr., but if you're going to come and talk smack in the comments, best believe you're going to get it back from the rest of Dodgers Nation out here. But Port Humane, we got Mr. Music. Isn't his name Blake Smell? Mr. Music, why are you killing him? Why are you finishing? Don't do him like that, Mr. Music. Joseph Gonzalez, Tatis Jr. just upset about the 10-4 loss to the A's. That's like I'm saying. Enter at your own risk when it comes to Giants fans or Astros fans, because you guys bring the heat. It's hotter than the oven door, if you know what I'm saying. Anthony Keene, I bet Kevin Cash sleeping well tonight. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I like that one. Butane for Cy Young. Good stuff. Hey, who are we gonna get? I was gonna ask you the same thing, Mike. Cole Ham. Oh, let me scroll down here. I think I'm like way up in the comments, guys. But thanks for rocking with us. Let's get into this game. John Brebbia, dude, I'm telling you, his beard wants to grow up and be Justin Turner's beard. What do you think about that? I think that like prime Justin Turner's beard. We're talking like 2016, 2017 postseason JT. I'm telling you, man, that's a Hall of Fame beard from Ginger Jesus. But imagine if Dustin May wasn't out for this season. you just broke my heart a little bit. Is that my man Dodger over there? Dodger, how you doing tonight over on Twitch? Yeah, you guys know Dustin Mania. That's my dude. When he went down with an injury, I was bedridden for 48 hours, man. I was going through it hard, but he's going to be back better than ever. And, he was really emerging as a budding superstar, I think. I really think the way he's on Pitching Ninja, the way he's just he's a filthy freak, man. That's just what he is, man. What he can do with the baseball is ridiculous. But, Diane, let's ask all you guys that question. Do you guys consider Buehler a top 10 pitcher in Major League Baseball? Diane Schroeder says Butane is totally underrated. He totally is. He's criminally underrated. And it's interesting because he plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he plays on that stage in October, and we see it every year. But I digress. Belly went 1 for 5. He did. Larry Scott, how you doing? How are the bike rides today? At the magistrate and of becoming a pitcher instead of a thrower. It's a great point. I like that. That's a great point right there from my man Larry Scott. Mr. Cat, how you doing, Mr. Cat? The Padres and the Clown. Craig Osterberg, Will Smith is still hitting great. He's driving the ball. Yeah, we can get into that. I mean, Will Smith is just, this guy is, man, he's just such a great hitter. His hit tool is elite, and you're seeing that between him and Chris Taylor of late, last few weeks, they have just been hitting very, very well. And tonight, you saw Will Smith come through in a big spot, really got it going for this Dodger team. And over his last 9 games, Will Smith, he's OPSing 1131 with 4 home runs and 2 doubles, 9 hits, 4 walks. So Will Smith, he really is one of the best hitting catchers in the game. Got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, make no mistake about it, but you're starting to see him get hot when it matters most, and that is during the stretch run of this Dodgers season. But yeah, let's get into that big inning right there, the top of the third. Actually, let's read some more comments because you guys are lighting up today. Giants are cheaters too, Ray Barcemian. Yeah, we'll never forget about 1951. Wasn't born yet, but read enough, and yeah, man. Tatis, cool unless we get against him. Adam, that's a great point. If he's against him, I'm not rooting for him. Trust me. Look, man, you guys know, at my core, I want baseball to succeed, man. To me, I wish baseball was more popular than the NFL in this country because I think it's the greatest game ever invented, and Fernando Tatis Jr. helps me accomplish that goal because he's a transcendent personality, the way he plays the game with that flair, a certain je ne sais quoi, as Deion Sanders likes to say. And yeah, but look, man, when he's on the opposing dugout, hey, man, it's no friends. I'm not rooting for. I hope he goes 0 for 10 with 10 strikeouts, if you know what I'm saying. I predict we get Scherzer. Let me ask you guys that question. We ran a poll today on Dodgers Nation and ask you guys if you thought we were going to get Scherzer, and that number was at like 65%, 65, 67, 68, over 29,000 or almost 3,000 votes is what we got. But let me ask you that question. Do you think the Dodgers end up trading for Max Scherzer? We can get into that in a little bit. I've been doing a lot of videos about that. So if you want to check that out over at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV, head over there. But Giant fan, our comments acting like the Giants are great. Joseph Gonzalez, we getting Jock. I can feel it. That just blew my mind. We should sign Tatis in 2034. Man, sometimes it's tough to do this show when you guys make me laugh like this. But hey, man, patience. I really like that, Josh. Let's just wait this out. We'll get him, in 2034. By then, Mookie Betts will probably be only a couple years away from ending his career with the Dodgers. No, but OMG, yes, top 10 for Walker Buehler. Do you think he's top 10? D-Mac, my dude. I've got a big red beard like JT. And I see it. My man, Bruce Davis. You're giving him a run for your money? I like that, man. Xavier Garcia, hey, D-Mac, I got a question. Do you think the Dodgers will get any batting players like Chris Bryant? It's a good question, Xavier Garcia. And we got some more yes top 10s from Adams, from Mike M, yes top 10. Strider, hear you. Oh, Strider, hear you, man. Marvelous Capcom. I'm going to play that. 120, yes, he's top 10. But do I think that – I don't think that – look, I mean, you saw John Morosi. He tweeted today that the Dodgers have inquired about Craig Kimbrell and other Cubs players. So who are those other Cubs players when you've heard the reports that Hendricks isn't available? Zach Davies, do they really want to go that route? And so I would say no. Would they add Rizzo? No. Baez, he'd be cool. I mean, I don't know how you feel about Baez. I personally think he's a fun player. But Chris Bryant, you have to believe that they would want to kick the tires and see just about his availability. But if you get Chris Bryant, what does that mean for Chris Taylor? Who's having a career year? What does that mean for A.J. Pollock, who's been raking and he's been consistent and he's been productive for long enough to start to earn my trust? So when you talk about Chris Bryant, what would he do? I mean, the good thing about Chris Bryant, there are some things where he matches what the Dodgers look for. Positional versatility. You can play the corner infield spots, the corner outfield spots, but I would say there's a much better chance that the team we played tonight would end up with Chris Bryant. I think the Giants are hot after Chris Bryant. I could see them maybe adding one of those impact guys. I could see Trey Area, Trey Turner. Look, Chris Taylor, 139 OPS plus, A.J. Pollock, a 131 OPS plus. Those guys are getting it done from the right side, and then you're having an all-star age 36 year from Justin Turner. So, yeah, I mean, personally, I don't think that it's a very glaring need at this point. If you look at the Dodgers, late in games, their approach to the plate has been, they've had their issues, that's for sure, and they've had their cold streaks, there's no question about it. But look, this offense, especially when Mookie Betts was rolling the way he was before he went down, Corey Seager, I'm hoping he can rekindle that flame that he found last year in the postseason. And if you look at it, the National League rankings, Dodgers are still first when it comes to runs per game. They're sixth in average at 242. They're first in on-base percentage at 344. They're third in slug at 422. So if you look at their walk percentage, 10.4%, that's first. Their K percentage, sixth. Their ISO power, that's at third. So if you look at a lot of the offensive metrics, the home runs, they're not leading like they were. They're not as potent with the home run ball as they were last season. But look, they're a team that's still really, I think, can get it done offensively, especially, like I said, with the career years of the players that I just mentioned. If you look at this year, the Dodgers, they're in fourth place with 100. I think after tonight, it'd be 143 home runs. So they're right up there in the mix. And like I said, would they be tops in the league with home runs if Corey Seager wasn't injured? Because we all thought that he was going to make a run at 40 bombs this year after what we saw last year. And Mookie Betts had a down year. So look, I mean, I really am not too concerned about this offense. We added Albert Pujols. Yes, you would like to see it, and if the Dodgers didn't have any issues with their pitching staff, then maybe that's an area we can improve upon. But I think right now you got to focus on a starter mainly, possibly two, and then maybe if you can get an impact reliever, I think you go that route. Question I want to ask about you two guys too before we keep getting into this game is how do you feel about Brusdar Graterol? There were some reports today from Jeff Passan that that teams are interested in the Bazooka. Would you be willing to trade him? Actually, just D-Mac, which starter do you think the Dodgers should get? That's from Lowry. I mean, it just depends. Zahava Lowry over on YouTube. It really, I think I'm butchering your name, so I apologize. But I do think that who do I think they're going to get? I really think it depends. I mean, I do think they're in the mix with Max Scherzer. I do think the Dodgers they always want to they make that splash if they're going to want to go all in. Do I think they're going to deal Keibert Ruiz for Max Scherzer? From all things you've heard, all things that we've heard is that they're not willing to deal him at this point. Now, if they can get a guy like a Barrios, someone like that, I think that would go a long way. But when you consider that he's also on that one more year of team control, the asking price is going to be very high for him. You got Danny Duffy out there. He's been on the IL twice with that flexor strain. So, I mean, there are names out there. You could sign Cole Hamels, see what he's able to do. I think that's kind of a big risk too. I mean, this late in the season, how effective would he be? Could they get one of those Marlins starters, whether it be Lopez or Anderson? So look, it's definitely a seller's market. So the Dodgers will be forced to pay a premium for whatever they're going to get. And also, like, they're the Dodgers, okay? No one wants to help this team, this organization that's had so much success over the last decade. So that's the other thing too. You know, Andrew Friedman, he likes to do the fleecing. It's not the other way around. But I trust this organization will make the right move. And whatever move they make, I'm probably going to support, because one, they know their players better than any of you guys in the chat and me, okay? Because they see these players. They know all about these players on a personal level, what they can do on the field. They know their medical history. So if they trade a player, whether it be a prospect that you thought was an untradeable prospect, look, trust me, like it says in the book Moneyball, every GM knows what players they want. They know what players they want from other teams. They know what guys are going to move, and they know it the entire year. So, look, this is what the Dodgers do. They make splashes at the deadline. They like to win the deal, win the day when it comes to the trade deadline. But what makes this year unique is you have two teams in the NL West that are competing with the Dodgers, and a team that's very aggressive in the San Diego Padres and the Giants, who they still believe they're contenders. When we'll see how this plays in the long run for them. But who do you guys think? Let me know. Give me your final predictions. Give me your final predictions. I mean, maybe the Dodgers just sneaky get Kyle Gibson. Maybe you do maybe you try to find a way to get Kyle Gibson from the Texas Rangers, who he's got another year on his deal, I believe, as well. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, and then he's had a hell of a season too. A 1.56 ERA plus, a 3.74 FIP. He's a guy that doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Doesn't necessarily fit the Dodgers profile for kind of the things they kind of look at from a spin rate standpoint. But hey, man, he's a guy that they might consider too. And what if you're the Dodgers and you get Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy? So that's something they could also try to do too. Ian Kennedy. He's really having one of his best years as a reliever, and he's had a lot of success this season. So I think that's a name to also keep your eye on. We know the Reds aren't going to be sellers. My man Tim Rogers, he predicted that. Everyone was talking about trying to poach the Reds players, but they are clearly not interested in doing that. But let's go here to these comments. You guys line up, by the way. Oh, by the way, I think we get Jonathan. Jonathan Shoup would be pretty nice. He would be pretty nice on the Dodgers. There's no question about it. But yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, Kyle Gibson does have one more year, like I was saying on that contract. And I just don't think the Dodgers want to do anything that's going to really hurt their payroll flexibility in a big way. Maybe they'll take a 1 year. Maybe they'll take a 2 year. Maybe if they do get a Max Scherzer deal done, maybe that's with a 2-year extension with a third-year club option. So it just kind of depends. And the fact that he has those 10-5 rights and all that veto power, it really does put him in a position of power. You know that organization's going to work. That organization is really going to work with him. So, who knows? There's also another scenario too with the Washington Nationals. What if he goes somewhere and goes for the finishes out this season, and then he goes back to the Nationals to on a new contract? That's always possible. So their owner Mark Lerner, he's a guy that really thinks very highly of Max Scherzer. But McKinney isn't doing too bad filling in. Yeah, give him some credit. He had a nice hit yesterday. He had the hit that led to the insurance runs tonight. So yeah, he's definitely an upgrade from Rex and Rayleigh. There's no question about that. And then look what we saw with Rios earlier in the year, which, he had a shoulder injury. Going to just kind of hopefully chalk that up, give him the benefit of the doubt that's why he was struggling so mightily. But, give Brian McKinney some credit. My man A.J. Gonzalez, who, if you guys see those all those hilarious, the lineup funds, he's the guy that, him and Clint Pasillas and Eddie, I guess everyone kind of pitches in on those, but he does a lot of them. And today he had him at BMAC and ZMAC for tonight. But he's a guy that he ends up going 1 for 4 tonight. And you see, at the plate he does look like a player that knows what he's doing, and he can provide you some pop. And my Mets fans are telling me they call him McBombs. So let's see your predictions though. So no on Gratterall. That's from Ryan Montez. We got Sergio Torres. What up, Sergio? My man. Go follow him. He's a great follow there with the hilarious Dodger takes. Brewstar ain't going nowhere, and no, they shouldn't trade him. That was very bold. That's like a don't trade my man, right? Don't trade my man, Brewstar Gratterall. You know I got love for Brewstar. Brewstar Gratterall, that's what I've been calling him. Really the only issues with him is I mean, there's an injury history too, man. He's a guy that dealt with those shoulder impingements. You saw it held up the deal with Mookie Betts, and then he's been dealing with the forearm inflammation. But look, man, what makes him such an intriguing young player is that velocity. I mean, we're talking not just triple digits, we're talking 102. I mean, come on, man. If his velocity was your temperature, you got to go to the doctors, okay? Because that is how hot he can make it. And he's a guy that you just want to see him continue to develop that slider, because once he has that out pitch, he's going to be tough to deal with. And once he continues to throw strikes, I mean, that K percentage last year at 29%, and this year it's at like 16%, 7 innings pitched. It wasn't, I mean, in the minor league level, I think his ERA was, close to 7. He was like 6.4, 8, something like that. And, yeah, I mean, if he continues to develop, I mean, one of the reasons why he doesn't miss as many bats is he does throw strikes and he pitches a contact and he induces soft contact. So I'm a big fan of Brusdar Graterol, his energy. I would love to see him stay with this Dodger team too. I mean, I don't think there's anything imminent or anything like that. I think teams are just inquiring and seeing if he's available. Now, there is a scenario where maybe they do include him instead of dealing some of these top prospects if there's a big chip they want to go for. But we got Bingo for pound. We got Belly's hair is like Kenny G's. You guys, man. Sergio Cole Hamels laugh emoji. I guess that's a no from you, dog. Mr. Baseball fan, this guy is acting like the Dodgers are a good organization. Okay, yeah, the Dodgers are such a terrible organization. Man, what have they done in the baseball world over the last 8 years? I don't know. Did they win 8 division titles? Oh, that's right. What have they done in the last 4 years? Did they make it to 3 of the last 4 World Series, and they got cheated out of one, and they won last year? Yeah, they did. The Dodgers, without question, they are the franchise that everyone in Major League Baseball is chasing. So, yes, the Dodgers, they are the preeminent organization in Major League Baseball. Everyone out there knows it, and it's thanks to ownership, to Andrew Friedman, to even Ned Colletti helping this team before they got to this point. So don't even start with that. You're going to have to come at me better with that. But thanks, D-Mac. Thank you. By the way, my bad for butchering your name, but Bruce, I saw Lowry, so I wanted to say Lowry because I've been reading all these Lakers trades too, so apologize for that. But Roy Estrada, I think we get Barrios. You guys know I've been pretty high on Barrios for a minute now, and to me, if the acquisition cost is not astronomical, he's a guy I really like. He's 27 years old. He's got one more year of team control, and he's a guy that, look, he might not be an ace on a World Series contending team or even a number 2, but he's definitely a solid number 3, and he's going to give you that dependability. He is an innings eater. He's a guy you can rely upon, and, man, his curveball is filth nasty. Sergio, Reds ain't going nowhere. They need to sell. I mean, that's their ownership group. They're pretty stubborn. I mean, they're like the Royals in the sense that years where they should sell, they don't. And, hey, man, there is a sense that I do appreciate that to an extent, though. This is the best day of my life from Dodger baseball. Hey, man, why is there anything other than this big win that's the reason for that? But this is good enough. Hey, man, this is good enough. There's been some regular season wins where I've said the same thing. But hey, man, congratulations on the best day of your life. William Blockson, how you doing, William? Giants got humbled. Tina G-Man, Max wants to stay with the team he's traded to. Yeah, and that's why he's preferring the West Coast and this and that. But I'm telling you, look, I mean, trust me, man. All this stuff, these things you hear is about this. I'm part of this machine as well. It's about selling clicks, about selling a buzz until things happen. Scott Boras did push back on the idea that it would require an extension to trade for Max Scherzer. So I think everything's really on the table. McKinney sucks from Bruce Davis, TTT Jr., Masanori Kishihara. Dodgers need a quality starting pitcher. What are they asking for Scherzer? So Dave Vassay yesterday on AM 570's Dodger Talk said that as of right now, trade talks with Max Scherzer start and end with Keibert Ruiz, the big Cabe Hurt, the guy who just won AAA Player of the Week. So that's a pretty tall asking price. I mean, if you remember what the Dodgers gave up, I mean, who was the big centerpiece? Willie Calhoun for Yu Darvish. There was a number 2, 3 prospect at the time. He really hasn't done too much. So it's tough when you see you look in the crystal ball and you try to forecast the careers for these young players to see if they're going to project out to what we'd hope they would be. You're always taking a risk, and that's one of my favorite things really about Major League Baseball trades is they're really like these little lottery tickets, right? They're like these, they're like these lottery tickets you try to cash in on, and sometimes you win. More often than not, you lose, though. The Giants won't even make the playoffs. I like that. It's a hot take, Ray Barsimian, and that's why you guys are all my co-hosts. I got a million co-hosts out there for this show. Why couldn't we have used some of those runs last night? Trust me, man. Baseball is maddening like that. I mean, come on, man. If you look at the Dodgers, I mean, by the way, Dodgers now 6-6 in the second half. So 6-6 in the second half. But after today's win, a winning record over the Giants. They're now 8-7 against the Giants this season. Feels good to be on that right side. But Mr. Baseball, Giants are winning the World Series. 4-time champs to continue that dynasty. Okay, Mr. Baseball fan, that's your team. I am mad at you. That's your prediction. Don't see that happening, but hey, we'll see. Come back to the show after the Dodgers win the World Series, and you can party with us. We just got to get 100% healthy. Finish this sentence, guys. At the end of the year, the Dodgers will have. Wait, do your season predictions right now. Will the Dodgers go back to back? Will they lose in the NLCS? Will they lose in the NLDS? Will they miss the playoffs? I want your up-to-the-minute predictions for how you feel about this season. Mr. Baseball, D-Mac is a sad Dodger fan, unable to see glory of winning an actual World Series. Hey, Mr. Baseball fan, see, like, that's how you know this show is rough, rugged, and raw when I'm reading your comments like that. But, hey, the reality is last year the Dodgers had to play more postseason games. I don't care if there was 6 games last year or 6,000 games last year. Los Angeles Dodgers were going to be raising the Commissioner's Trophy, a.k.a. Rob Manfred's piece of metal, at the end of the season. And guess what? I was saying this whole time that I wanted fans to feel this way. I want people to say Mickey Mouse ring because look at the fire in Dodger fans' eyes. I hope that this franchise feeds off it. I hope these players feed off it. I hope they want that champagne burning in their eyes. I hope they want to get wasted like PJ Tucker at a parade. So, look, man, to me, I'm all about the motivation because it's tough to go back-to-back. Hasn't been done in the National League and the senior circuit since 1976, since the Big Red Machine, okay? Since that, Albert Pujols was like 12 years old at the time or something like that. So it's like it's been a minute, and the Dodgers have a chance to accomplish something special. It hasn't been done since the 2000 Yankees. But let's go back up here. Act like the Dodgers are going to win. Acted like the same way last time we won. Yeah, Ruiz, trade bait, Sal Gonzalez, Anthony Keene need a starter, but I can see them using JoJo and Price for all they're worth and going – and then with a shorter rotation, I definitely think that's possible too. And I also think that they're going to look at it as we're going to make the best move we can. We're going to get the most value we can, Anthony Keene. If that means adding a relief pitcher like a Craig Kimbrell, and then, like you said, going with a little, you could do a piggyback move right there. You could just get that, between Gonson, between Price, between Gray, and see what you can get out of them. I think the Dodgers want to get value, but I do think at the end of the day, they also want to have a contingency plan with what happens with Julio and Walker Buehler and Kershaw. I do think in the back of their mind, they want to make sure that if something were to go wrong with some of these pitchers that are, they're on unprecedented workloads. I mean, Kershaw hasn't pitched, was on pace to pitch, more innings than he had since like 2014, 2015. And then Buehler and Urias already steamrolled through his innings count. So I do think the Dodgers are thinking, they're playing 3D chess with this. They're thinking, 3 moves ahead. So I do think that they want to get the best deal possible. I do think that at the end of the day, they realize that having elite starting pitching gives you flexibility because you can always put guys into that bullpen, right? But when it comes to ramping up and just tendencies and where guys feel comfortable, you don't see it the other way around, okay? You're not going to see the Dodgers using openers and that sort of thing. So I do think that they realize that that's how you win, and that's where this organization has been built upon. But isn't it time to say bye to Scott Alexander? Alexander, not so great. I see what you did right there. Wait, I'm get out of the ocean. William Bloxon. That will never get old, man. You get a finishing for that. Mr. Cat, get out of the ocean. Sorry, Giants. I like how you guys just going at the Giants, man. Going at the Giants fans. Look, like I said, enter. What's up, D-Mac? What up, Oscar Garcia? Let's go, Dodgers. Craig Osterberg, Let's knock off the Giants tomorrow to get to 1 games back, first place over the weekend. Yeah, I mean, you guys are D-Mac bobblehead night. Mike, that would be sick. Luis S., can we get a finish him, Doug? Luis S., okay.
Finish him.
Mr. Baseball isn't correct. Bellinger hit is a meaningless home run. I be stroking, always hooking it up, man. I be stroking, man. I be paying my rent from you, man. Good win. Hopefully it translates to a hot streak. And shout out to the Blue Jays today YouTube channel. They had a great piece on the Dodgers. I'm going to have to check that out. I think back-to-back. I think we got 102 wins to win the West. That's from Aaron Riss. We got Adam going. Dodgers going undefeated. Adam, if that happens, I'm going back to this episode. I don't know. I'm going to give you maybe a free Dodgers t-shirt. I don't know. I'm going to do something for you if that happens because that would be pretty ridiculous to run the table like that. Do I have a favorite Dodger, Sparrow? My favorite Dodger, like on the current team or all time, my favorite Dodger on the current team is, it's either Walker Buehler or Mookie Betts, one of those two guys, for sure. You know, probably Buehler because I've been rocking with him longer. But man, I love my boy Mookie Betts too, and Cody too. But also, honestly, Billy. Billy. I probably have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Billy McKinney, man. I don't know why. He's my favorite Dodger of all time. Okay, don't be asking me later questions. You know you got to bait me out with that. But let's get into this game, guys. 'Cause you guys are rocking with the comments. So I want to get to as many as possible today. But we got to break down this game a little bit. So, top of the first inning, Chris Taylor struck out swinging. Muncy flied to left for the first pitch. Changeup. Turner struck out swinging. So the Dodgers go 3 up, 3 down the first. And bottom of the first, Buehler gets Yaz to pop out on a fastball. Posey to ground out to third. Then Dickerson strikes out swing on a knuckle curve for the third out. Then in the top of the second, that's when the Dodgers started to show some life. In that top frame of the second, that's when I started to believe that the Dodgers would really come alive with the bats. Will Smith, he singled to right, first pitch slider. Bellinger, he struck out swinging on a four-seam fastball. Then on a 2-2 count, A.J. Pollock singled to right. Another slider, so they were banging that DeSclafani slider all day before he got chased. And then Beatty, first pitch swing on a changeup, he pops out. And then McKinney, he flies to left. So the Dodgers, they get 2 singles, one from Smith, one from Pollock, but couldn't capitalize. That first pitch fly out from Beatty, I think that was a great at-bat, but still, you saw some life from those Dodger bats. And then the top of the third inning. So Walker Buehler, he was out. Then Chris Taylor, he takes ball 4. And this is really critical. This was a pivotal part of this game. CT3, he takes ball 4 on a pitch. There was probably a strike. DeSclafani got squeezed a little there, and that gave the Dodgers a 1-out base runner. Then on a 1-2 pitch, Max Muncy bangs a line drive single to center field, and another great piece of hitting. You saw that too. That was a common thing tonight. 2-strike hitting by the Dodgers, and then Justin Turner, he drives home. Chris Taylor with a single to left. Yaz was kind of playing towards center field, kind of playing towards that gap there in that cavernous outfield. And the ball just kind of ran in on JT, knocks it into right field. And that made it 1-0 Dodgers with runners in the corners with 1 out and Will Smith at the plate. And this really was the hit of the game. On a 3-2 pitch, another 2-strike count, a 3-2 pitch, full count. Will Smith hits it in to the triples alley there up in San Francisco, and he really gets a triple. That scores Max Muncy and Justin Turner. That made it 3-0 good guys, and for the first time, they scored multiple runs in an inning since Friday. So the drought was real for a couple days. Like I said, 5 runs in their last 3 heading into tonight. And then A.J. Pollock, he strokes a single to score Will Smith to make it 4-0 Dodgers. And then A.J. Pollock steals second. Then Matt Beatty walks, and that was it for Anthony DeSclafani. He ends up going just 2 2/3 innings, gives up 4 runs on 6 hits, allowed 2 walks on 66 pitches, and he's a guy who's had a great year for them. And, then Alvarez comes in. He gets McKinney to ground to third. But the Dodgers get 4 runs on 4 hits in the inning. They chased DeSclafani. They took a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the third. But let's get back in these comments section here. We got Giants fans living in the glory. Yeah, even years, blah, blah, blah. FTG, FTD. Doug has a cool shirt tonight. Yeah. Oh, by the way, a good call. Go to gearup.la. We're actually running a sale. We're actually running a sale tonight. If you guys want on the anniversary of Joe Kelly doing the nice swing, you know what? And running a sale, you can get a nice discount. Run that. Let me get you those promo codes right here. 1 second here. I'll get you guys them promo codes. If you guys want to get geared up, go to gearup.la. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. It's actually 20% off site-wide. So 20% off from Wednesday to Thursday, and then 15% off from Friday to Sunday, and then 10% off for the whole series. So, yeah, go over there. And, if you want to go to my Twitter, too, I'll post a link in a second at DMAC_LA. But go geared up, man. I'm telling you, man, these are the best T-shirt designs in the game. I'm telling you, man. This one, going to have to censor that out, a little cuss word. But, when is Kershaw back from Tina G, man? Good question. So, they had a nice, they expect him to throw at Camelback Ranch, a sim game, and the hope is for him to be back Friday in the Anaheim series. So it's definitely good news on the Kershaw front. Doug McCain bobblehead night from Daniel Lawrence. Hey, man, we should all get a bobblehead night just once, man. That'd be sick, though. Just ordered, my man Michael Hicks. That's what's up, man. Get some gear, man. I'm telling you, the fire tees. Here we go. And then, so, top of the fourth, Buehler struck out swinging. Actually, bottom third, Bossler grounded to third, Estrada line to left, Alvarez walk, and they want to walk pitcher there. Then he gets Yaz to fly to right to get out of the inning. So he was efficient. He was getting just nice, easy outs. He really didn't have too many situations where he was really threatened, but he got some really opportunistic double plays there, some fortuitous double plays, I should say. Giants fans literally left early in this game. I know. I heard the Dodger crowd there late. You guys are repping. When is Corey Knebel coming back? Ray Bar-Simeon. Good news on that front. He actually started a game in AAA, so he's on the mend. Hey, Doug, any news on LA Dodgers trades before Friday's deadline? Edward, go to the YouTube channel. Got all the updates over there at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We'll be dropping videos all day tomorrow, too. Anything that breaks, we'll be on it like big time. So Dave Roberts in the chat. Congrats, Dave Roberts, on a Hall of Fame trajectory, if we're being honest. Who's that? I forgot what writer did that, but I've been saying that for a while now, actually. Am I a good manager? Dodger fans, don't worry. We're going to be back-to-back. I love that Joe Kelly shirt from Deborah Young. Yeah, this is definitely, this is like an all-time classic, but what you should do, go cop this one, go cop the Joe Kelly mariachi shirt, go cop the JK17. I'm telling you, this Dodgers Nation drip is some next-level stuff. Mr. Baseball fan, will we see you in Hum Baby Baseball stream when the Giants win? Hum Baby Baseball. I know that. I've seen that guy on YouTube. I didn't even know he does a live stream. I actually think he's pretty funny. So shout out to my man Hum Baby. I ain't mad at you. I got friends that are Giants fans. J. Cruz, D-Mac, your brother has been amazing lately. Did mom give him a stern talking to? J. Cruz, 22, you guys are a fool. You must be talking about my brother, Will Smith, okay? My real last name is Doug Smith, okay? That's my bro, and man, I'm so proud to see him do well, especially on nights like this, man. Joseph Megazzini, day one here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. What's up, Mr. Joseph Megazzini? Represent over there in Santa Ana, if I believe correctly. Jenny Vega, haha, I like your comment, Mr. Baseball fan. Okay, 2020 championship was the hardest to win due to the extra playoff round. Dodgers going back-to-back. And Norman Little, also something that we should remind these clowns that want to discredit a championship that was won in a year unlike any other, 2020, was the fact that the NLCS was on consecutive days. You didn't have that rest. And look, the way I look at it is the Dodgers beat some really, really good teams. You would have liked to see the San Diego Padres be at full strength. Clevenger, he left early in the series. You didn't have Dinelson Lamet. Their offense was intact, though. Remember when Manny Machado threw the bat? He said, let's effing go. And then, of course, Cody Bellinger was highway robbery, just took Fernando Tatis's lunch money there. But the Brewers, they were a team that, man, Clayton Kershaw, 13 punch-out game. Butane did his thing. Mookie had the big double in that one. Barnes, I think he had the first, RBI. And then, look, they beat a really quality Rays team. So the way I look at it is, one, teams with less attrition during the regular season, there were teams, like that Braves team was a damn good team. That Braves team was a really good team. And, yeah, to me, 2020 World Series will always be memorable, will always be special. To me, I don't think it's a Mickey Mouse ring. And I'm not. These athletes, I mean, these teams are just so good. I mean, I'm not gonna discredit anyone's championship, man. You try to win a championship at anything, man. I can't. You try to win a little league championship. You try to win a championship at your local softball league. Winning championships is very difficult. So I'm just not gonna be one to discredit that. I mean, who was the guy, the Raj Markazi or something? I thought that was terrible when he said, "Oh, this is the real asterisk year in the NBA." That was the worst, one of the most trash takes I've seen this year, because look, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns, to me, that was a pretty legitimate title. I mean, both teams were at full strength. Yes, the Lakers have been at full strength. I would have liked their chances against the Suns, but look, man, a championship is a championship. You can say the Nets were not at full strength, but I don't know. I just think that it's a bad look to discredit championships unless they're the 2017 Astros, where they were legitimately cheating. Dodgers will get Max. All right, yeah, let's pick those Max vibes up. Dave Roberts, keep playing with Will Smith. He don't fail you. Dodgers versus White Sox. Hey, that was my preseason pick. Abel over on Facebook. I like me some White Sox. Save for their manager, Tony La Russa. But, yeah, they're a team that I think is going to be interesting. 2020 may have been a short season, but it was a tougher postseason. Yeah, definitely, Anthony Keenan. It was a tougher postseason, and I mean, the bottom line is, yes. But look, I mean, look. I'm not someone that's not gonna be truthful to you guys and act like I won't think that it's gonna be special to win a 162 game World Series too. I definitely think that it's definitely I mean, the 2020 season, when you look back, I mean, I just miss playing all the teams and seeing the fans and everything that plays a part in that. But I think that when it comes to uniqueness of it, the cardboard cutouts, I mean, no one's going to forget the 2020 World Series. And look, it's onward and upward. It's in the past, and it's about winning now, okay? So to me, I'm trying to win a World Series every year until we pass the Yankees with 27. So that's just the standard I want to try to set for this franchise. I want to pass the Yankees in my lifetime. That's my goal. That's my goal for something I literally have no control over. But here we go. We got I like that, Edward. Hashtag bring Craig Kimbrell to the LAD. I like your use of the blue diamond emoji. Look at the barrel bangers, Sparrow. But yeah, guys, back to this game a little bit, and then we'll head out of here. Get Trey. We got Chris Hernandez. Are the Dodgers not letting Ruiz go because they don't want to possibly hurt his trade value if he has a bad stat line? I don't think so. You are manifesting. Pujols' nickname this year should be the Bear Hugger. I like that. That's fire right there. I'm going to start calling that. I'll give you the credit, though. My man, that's from Danielle Mari over on YouTube. 2 Turners, 2 Maxes, 2 rings. I like that, Jeff Lane. You guys just bring it, man. Doesn't matter what time of the show. Dodgers Nation postgame show number 1. My man Sergio Macias. I appreciate that. Do I think Muncy will finish top 5 in MVP voting? I think that there's a chance. I mean, he did miss some time, so the numbers. I think he's at 22 home runs now in the season. That's definitely quite the accomplishment. But let's head back into this game. So top of the 5th inning, Bellinger fly to left, Pollock single to left, Beatty single to center, McKinney walked, and then the bases loaded for Buehler. He strikes out. Then Chris Taylor lines to short. So I was really concerned with this inning because I was like, look, the Dodgers, they had the bases loaded. They could have added some insurance runs. With the way this bullpen has let us down during this season, they lead the league in blown saves with 23 blown saves. I was like, okay, I'm worried. Maybe we cost ourselves some the chance to tack on some more runs. But look, the Dodgers, they've been outstanding with bases loaded this year. 9 grand slams, tied with the Atlanta Braves, an OPS of 1,063. That's first in the league. And then bottom of the 5th inning, Ruff cranked the leadoff single to center. And you're saying, okay, is Buehler starting to fade? But then he gets Vosser to ground into a double play. Then Buehler gets Estrada striking out looking. So Butane did his thing once again in that inning. Then the top of the 6th, Justin Turner grounds out. Will Smith gets hit by a pitch. Belly struck out swinging, so they couldn't really tack on some more runs that inning. Then the bottom of the 6th inning, Buehler strikes out Wade Jr. on 3 pitches with a changeup. Then Yaz singles to center. Then Casali flies to left, and he punches out Dickerson with a knuckle curve, but it's a wild pitch. So Dickerson reaches, giving the Giants runners on first and second, and then Flores popped to first to get out of the inning. So anytime he was threatened, he was getting out of it with relative ease. And then the top of the 7th inning, Pollock was hit by a pitch. Beatty flied to the shortstop. Then McKinney singled to right. Pollock goes first to third with Buehler at the plate and 1 out. Buehler grounds to third, and Pollock was running on contact, and the throw was there in time, but it just came out of Casale's glove, and the Dodgers scored another run there, making it 5-0 L.A. So you saw yesterday the running on contact hurt the Dodgers. Luke Raley wasn't able to score there, and tonight it helped the Dodgers. So that just shows you how baseball is so different from a game-to-game and a day-to-day basis. Then Chris Taylor popped to third, and then Max Muncy, the majority owner of the San Francisco Giants, he doubled to deep center to score Buehler and McKinney to make it 7-0 Dodgers. And then, like we said earlier, Bellinger, he homered there in the 8th inning. That was nice to see. Hopefully it's something for him to build upon. Hopefully he can find a way to get in a groove at the plate. And then nice job by Mitchell White. Mitchell White gives you 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, had the 1 punch out, 34 pitches, 26 for strikes, but he gets it done. Dodgers, they get the big win, and tomorrow is critical. I need predictions from you guys before we head out of this. Do the Dodgers win tomorrow? Yes or no? And give me a score prediction. I think the Dodgers win again. I think they get to Cueto. I got the Dodgers winning tomorrow. Let's say I got the Dodgers winning tomorrow 6-3. Give me 6-3 Dodgers tomorrow. Give me your predictions down in the comment section, and we will head out of here, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your nights. 10:58 here in the Pacific West Coast. Does that even make any sense? Whoops. Get those T-shirt ads. 5-2 from – let's get these predictions. I don't trust Mitch White still. Neither do I, but he did have – he got it done tonight with the big lead, so that was good to see. Joseph Gonzalez – Dodgers by 20 from Chris Hernandez. Chris Hernandez, I like that. If that happens, I'm going to hit you up tomorrow. A 1-0 win from Adam. Hey, man, that's going to be a tense game. Sounds like a lot of fun. Doug, what do you think about including Lux in a trade? I wouldn't be totally against it, but also, are you selling him for pennies on the dollar? I mean, I think the Dodgers, with all that team control, he has flashed. You saw some good moments from him. Do you really want to sell him at this point? Depends on who they get in return. So I wouldn't be, to me, he's not untouchable, and I wouldn't be against it. But like I said, it depends on the player. If it was for a Barrios without having to give up a Lux, I would say yes. Dodgers 5-2 win from Craig Osterberg. Daniel Montez, Dodgers win tomorrow. Matt the Real Crip, Dodgers win tomorrow 4-2. Sparrow, Dodgers 5-3. Deborah Young, 3-1 Dodgers. Alfonso Lucio, Dodgers 6-4. B-Dub, Dodgers 5-3. Backup T1, Dodgers 5-2. Xalos, Dodgers 4-1. Dave Roberts, all right, guys, I got to go. I got to get the win tomorrow. We need your support. Dave Roberts, you're killing me, man. Good night, Doug. Good night, Daniel. Yeah, good night, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll get a couple more of these in. Bottom of the 9th. David Lord, Dodgers 6-4. Ivan, Dodgers 4-1. Gregory 4-3 Dodgers. Dodgers 5-4 from Trish Sloan. Go Astros. Hey, why did I even say that, man? That made me feel dirty now. Diane Shooter, Dodgers win tomorrow and ruin the Giants' day 5-2. Johnny B. Cool. Giants 5-3. Doug. Good night, Doug. Oh, yeah, but thanks again for rocking with us. Giants 6, Dodgers 9 from Juice Narrows. William, Dodgers 6-2. Muncie K. Good luck, Dave. Hope you hit a homer tomorrow. See you guys in Arizona. But, yeah, guys, thanks for rocking with us. You guys are the best fans in the game. And thanks for rocking with us after a big Dodger win. Dodgers win 8-0, just 2 games back in the division. Their record improves to 62-41. And big games, pretty much every game's a big game from here on out. It's not postseason, but it low-key feels like it. But a big game tomorrow, guys. Get some rest. Got some Dodger baseball tomorrow. If you're working, call in sick. No, I'm just kidding. But follow the game no matter what. But thanks again, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la. Like I was saying, got the Joe Kelly t-shirt sale going up, but you can use it for any shirt in the store too. So keep that in mind. Also, for all latest Dodgers Nation news, head over to Dodgers.com. No, for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And also, be sure, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. But thanks again, guys. Best fans in the game. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time
for Kershaw. A robbery, a Tatis score. Will Smith. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.
Cody Bellinger.